Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you very much for being a time traveler. This is your exclusive super full moon in Cancer message. As always, keep in mind it is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, it's okay. It just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't, and be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Okay, message for Libra. Beloved, radical acceptance, card number 2. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. Moonbeams, focus. Okay, why is this the message here for Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. We are clarifying, beloved, radical acceptance, card number 2. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions, cool your jets. And then moonbeams, focus. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. Okay, we have Knight of Cups, 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 2 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and the King of Cups. A lot of cup cards here for a air sign reading. So some of you could be dealing with a water sign right off the bat, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You don't have to be, but there just seems to be a prevalent message here in regards to a particular connection here that you have in your life. At the bottom of the deck, we have 7 of Wands, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. And that leaves the Moon, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Emperor here to the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Okay. It's a collective general reading, so I don't know if this is in regards to someone that you have in your life that maybe you've had some kind of like setback or break with them, or whether this is someone new in your life. The feeling I'm getting here is that you are opening up your heart more and more at this time, or at least that's your super full moon in Cancer message. There is something here about opening up your heart a little bit more, albeit slowly. But it's like first or foremost, you want to focus on yourself. It doesn't mean that you're not focused on partnerships or connections in your life. There just seems to be a limit at this time about how much you can give to a particular connection, or maybe all connections in your life. Because the feeling here seems to be, I really need to work on my own structure and my own stability, right? I have to, like, I don't know, pour into my own cup before I'm ready to pour into yours again. I don't feel like you're totally blocking out everyone in your life or saying no to love. I think you're radically accepting at this time that you do want love in your life, whether that's with your professional colleagues, your platonic connections, your friends or family, or even with a love partner. I think you're radically accepting, I do want to open up my heart and I do want love. But it's like, but first, I want to rebuild myself or restructure myself in some way. Tell me about that Knight of Cups here for Libra. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Cups is clarified by 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, and the Chariot. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords. I like this energy for you because I feel like whatever heartbreak or disappointing situation or connection that you've had, I feel like you are ready to move on from it. This is very much the energy of I am ready. Maybe I don't feel, I'm speaking like you, 100% healed, but I'm ready to leave the past in the past. I do want to move forward. I would like to open up my heart in various directions towards various people in my life. It's almost a feeling like I don't want my past to make me rigid or stone cold. So I like this. It's radical acceptance of all the pain of the past needs to be left in the past. I want to move on from that. And I want to learn to like open up my heart again and give and receive love. 2 of Swords, which astrologically is your card because that is the moon in Libra. And in some of the moonology decks that I have, the moon in Libra is like a win-win outcome is forecast. And then in another deck that I have, that moon in Libra card says a new cycle begins. So yeah, I do think that you're ready for a new cycle, a new start in your life. I just saw the 7 of Swords. I don't think you're trying to block yourself. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 4 of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Cups, bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. I think you are tired of sitting in this place of all. I feel like I've tapped into a group of you where whatever this Five of Pentacles or Three of Swords has been for you, it was an extremely emotional period of time for you in that Seven of Cups, because that's Neptune and Pisces, and we can get very emotional when we're sitting in that. And I feel like with the Four of Pentacles, you sat in that for a long time, feeling remorse, regret, sadness, maybe even some resentment over what occurred here. But that Eight of Cups tells me you're ready to walk away from feeling all of those feelings. So again, it's like I'm walking towards the Nine of Cups, or at least I'm in search of the night. I'm in search of the ninth cup, if you will. And you're taking the inspired action here in that Queen of Wands energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, to do this. Again, I don't feel like you're rushing into new partnerships or rushing into a romantic partnership, or maybe even rushing back to a past person. If this is for some of you where, you know, you're discussing maybe reconciliation with your person, because you're cooling your emotions. So you're taking action to move forward from the hurt and the pain and the loss. You're taking action to move forward, because Three of Wands is Sun in Aries. So this is, I am taking forward movement. But that with that Four of Cups is like, but I still acknowledge that although my heart is opening, I'm not going to just open myself up to anyone. Like, I'm not rushing this process. And I think it's because most of you want to work on yourselves, maybe your independence or your financial resources, or grounding yourself. Tell me about the Four of Cups. Why is the Four of Cups here? Because the Four of Cups isn't necessarily the energy of someone who they don't want the Ace of Cups. I mean, they do. They're just not in a rush to grab it. One more shuffle here. Thank you. There's also some feeling here ruminating about the Three Cups. Coincidentally, the Three Cups that has spilled over in the Five of Cups. If I said Five of Pentacles before, I apologize. I'm at Five of Cups. So there's still a feeling here of, I would like to open up my heart, but I'm going to do it cautiously because of what happened here in the past. Four of Cups is clarified by Temperance. That's right. The Hangman and the Page of Pentacles, bottom of deck, Hermit. Yeah. I don't think you're closed off to the world, or even closed off to the idea of opening up your heart. Again, whether it's to this past person or a new person that you hope to meet. Temperance is Sagittarius energy. It is the desire to want to move forward. But again, we're going to do it in a very tempered and balanced way. Hangman is, I'm going to pause at every interaction that I have with an individual. That Page of Pentacles, anytime I receive communication or an offer to go out or an offer to reconcile, I'm just going to pause. I'm going to pause and ask myself, is this in my best interest? Three of Wands. Tell me about the Three of Wands here. Tell me about the Three of Wands here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Wands is clarified by the Lovers, the Six of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor shows themselves again. Again, I say this is your energy. Your energy here seems to be, when I have to make a choice about engaging in a connection, investing, King of Pentacles, the investing King of Tarot. If I'm going to invest any of my pentacle resources, time, love, money, etc., into another connection, it needs to be reciprocal in nature. It's almost like I want to see the proof first. I want to make sure that whoever I'm investing in is the real deal. So again, I don't think you're closing yourself off. You just seem to be a bit more reserved when it comes to rushing in to connections. So maybe I'm speaking to a Libra in the past that you did that automatically. Like, you know, you become fast friends with people, or you fall in love very quickly. And this is, again, I'm willing to invest in other people and invest my time to get to know them or reconnect with them. But there needs to be balance. It needs to be reciprocal. The Six of Pentacles is your card. And I see that, not that astrologically it is a Libra card. It's not. It's actually Taurus. But there is something here about this needs to be grounded and this needs to be equal. In most tarot decks, the Six of Pentacles depicts a scale. And you are represented by the scale of justice. So again, I don't think you're opposed to connections. I just think your priorities regarding connections has changed, probably because of what you've gone through. You're looking for total, unequivocal, non-negotiable reciprocity. Two of Cups. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Tell me about the Two of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Two of Cups is clarified by Judgment, the Tower, and the Ace of Pentacles. Bottom of deck, Ten of Pentacles. you already have someone here in your energy. Now, for some of you, maybe it's your current person or your past person. For others of you, this is new love. If you're single, energetically, you're already connected now to another soulmate. For some of you, this is a judgment call to reconcile with a person from the past. For others of you, you're making the judgment call to never revisit the past and to only want new, tangible, structural relationships in your future. So your primary focus here seems to be in regards to connections, whether professional, platonic, or romantic. They need to be equal. They need to be balanced. I can't be breadcrumbed. I'm not going to rush head first. So I feel like that tower is more like you, like judgment to the tower. I feel like you're making the judgment call to dismantle the way you engaged with connections in the past. It's like your focus has changed. Not closing off the heart, just a different set of intentions. Connections need to be more solid and more grounded. And again, it's a feeling I'm not rushing into anything. That Seven of Wands tells me you have learned good boundaries and you're working on healing. May be a boundary issue. You're definitely also working on yourself at this time. If not, that is your message. Tell me about the King of Cups. Tell me about the King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The King of Cups is clarified by the Hermit, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Wands. I do believe you're communicating here with someone else. If you're not, you will be soon. This could be a water sign. They could be a Virgo. Also have Leo here, as well as all of the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I'm going to clarify this a little bit more for you. But I feel like you either already have a connection here in your life, or like I said, you will be meeting this individual soon. So I'll get a timing card for you. For those of you where like you're single, there's someone here already energetically connected to you. Or like I said, if you're single, on your path. Whatever this connection is, or whoever this is, you're willing to put in the work. You're approaching the connection a lot differently than you have in the past. You have your eye on the prize that you do want success with this connection, but you want to see effort. It's like, I will put in the effort, but my effort needs to be matched with your effort. And I do think you have someone here willing to do that. Three of Pentacles to Nine of Pentacles. I'm getting the feeling here like you never want to lose yourself in a connection again. And maybe that's what happened in the past. Maybe you were low vibing Libra energy and you were a people pleaser. It happens. Look, every zodiac sign has positive and negative attributes. And the negative attribute of Libra, low vibe or a low vibrational Libra, will want to keep those scales balanced even when it's to their detriment. So on the surface, between you and this other person, entity, energy, whatever you want to call them, mom, dad, sister, lover, on the surface to the world, it looks like, yeah, it's balanced. Internal to you, it's not. You're giving way more than you're receiving. But a low vibrational Libra will be a people pleaser to their detriment to maintain the facade that the connection is balanced, because they can, a low vibrational Libra tends to be a little conflict avoidant for the sake of peace, for the sake of keeping harmony. A high vibrational Libra knows their worth. And so I feel like you've done a tremendous amount of work on yourself. And that's why it's this, if I'm going to accept this job, I need to be paid adequately for the talent or experience I bring to the table. If I'm going to engage with this friend or family member or lover, there needs to be reciprocity. If I'm willing to wake up at 6 in the morning to help you move a couch on a Sunday, you need to be willing to wake up at 6 a.m. and help me move a couch on a Sunday morning. Like, I think that's what you're looking for. And like I said, you have someone else here. But this didn't come easy for you. This new you came through heartbreak and hardship, probably from several connections here in your life. And I think you lost yourself back there. And maybe that's why the scales of justice were balanced, but not in your favor. I'm going to keep working on myself. I don't want to lose myself in another connection. Tell me about that Three of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. What an interesting message for you today. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, that's true. King of Swords and the Knight of Swords. Bottom of that Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like, it has taken me a long time to understand my worth and my value and what I bring to the table. This is very much the energy of I'm good with or without you. Because I'm never going to sacrifice myself again in a connection like I did back there. So if I'm reconnecting with you, we're not going to reconnect the way we were before. Things have to change. There needs to be real repair in the connection. And if I'm connecting with someone new, it can't even mimic what a past connection or past connections was like. Like, I don't even want to go there anymore. I've come too far. Okay. I want to clarify for you this King of Cups. It could be a Queen of Cups. I don't read body parts, but it's someone who is taking the lead in matters of the heart. I look at the Queens in Tarot as being forged through fire. They exist in the present based upon what they've gone through in their respective card suits. The Kings in Tarot, just because it's not hierarchical, it's just that's the top of the 4 card suits. The Kings, I feel, take the knowledge, the experience from the Queens, and they move forward into the future. So whether this person is masculine or feminine, irrelevant to me. Energetically speaking, this is someone who's very emotionally balanced. And based upon everything they have learned, right, leaning on Queen energy, everything they've learned from their past victories and successes, as well as the failures in love, in matters of the heart, they know exactly how they're going to invest their heart energy. They know exactly when to open up their heart chakra and when not to. So this is an individual who's really leveled up emotionally, incredibly emotionally balanced. This is also someone who performs acts of service. They might not be very good with linguistics, like telling you I love you 10 times a day, but they will show you that they love you 10 times a day. Like if this is a love partner, they know how you like your coffee. They know the type of flowers you like, or they surprise you with your favorite cigar. Like, again, gender's irrelevant. The energy is someone who loves deeply, is emotionally balanced, is very careful and prudent about who they open up that heart chakra to. But when they do, again, not the biggest communicator when it comes to the expression of love verbally, but that is a very stoic king. That is someone who will love very deeply and shows it through acts of service. So let's see a little bit more about this person, and you can apply this to your, your life. If this is someone that you currently have in your life, or someone that you're reconciling with, or like I said, a new person. Clarify this King of Cups individual. We have the 14th here. So it's possible that some of you, like if you know this person, they've been in your life for 14 years. For others of you, you could be meeting this person on the 14th of the month. Maybe they're born on the 14th of the month. Tell me about this King of Cups energy here for Libra. I'm getting a lot of emotional depth to this person, but not chaotic emotions, very balanced emotions. This is someone who loves, feels very deeply. Tell me about this King of Cups energy here for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Who's this person? One more shuffle here. Thank you. This person is clarified by the 8 of Pentacles, the World card, and the Sun. Bottom of the deck, Strength. Well, you can claim this energy however you like. For some of you, this is someone who you have closed out a cycle with, and you're now reopening the cycle. And you would know that to be true because at the time of this reading, you're already talking to this person about healing this connection. For others of you, this is someone new on your path as soon as you close out the current connection. Some of you are maybe leaving that person that caused that 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords. So if at the time of this reading you are talking to someone, maybe you're working on the connection, maybe you're attending counseling or relationship, therapy or marital counseling or something like that. If you're currently already working on starting a new cycle with this person, then this is this person. And yeah, they're leveling up in terms of their reconnection with you. And for those of you who you're completely single, this person is on path. I'll get you timing. For others of you, you still need to close out that other thing, but this is who is waiting for you once you do that. So three distinct groups of Libras here. Tell me a little bit more about that King of Cups. Let's get 3 more cards on that King of Cups. Could be Queen of Cups as well. Tell me a little bit more about that King of Cups. We have the 4 fixed signs here with the World card. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. You have Leo in the Sun. Tell me more. One more shuffle here. Thank you. What else do you need to know about this person? 4 of Cups, 8 of Cups, and the 7 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Judgment. Wow, it's amazing to me how they're giving me like the same message from the first card spread. So I don't want to waste any more of your time, Libra. Yeah, for some of you, this is someone that you walked away from or they walked away from you. And now after a period of time apart, a period of introspection, the 2 of you are deciding to come back together again. And again, I don't feel like this is happening in the future. This would be happening now. This is rooted in reality. This is happening now. So if it's not your message, don't take it. For others of you, you are closing out a cycle. Remember, we saw that 8 of Cups. We saw the 4 of Cups. Did we see the 8 of Cups? I don't know. We definitely saw the 4 of Cups. For some of you, you are closing out a cycle. This is a new person that comes in. And for others of you, if you're completely single and you've moved on from all that, yeah, that's a new person. Okay, let's get timing. For those of you where this is your person, you're working on reconciliation with them, okay? At this time, you're discussing, coming together, different types of strategies, how you can rebuild the connection. Maybe there's some counseling or therapy involved in this. Can I have timing for Libra for those who are reconciling, who are actively reconciling? Can we get timing on when this connection fully reconciles for them? Not every card in tarot is timing, but we'll see what we get. One more shuffle. Thank you. If you're in discussions, wow, 8 of Wands, very quickly. So within the next 8 days, for me, Wands are days. So if you're currently in discussion with your partner about reconciling with them, it looks like there is advanced forward movement within the next 8 days, within the next week. Tell me more about that advanced forward movement here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Advanced forward movement is clarified by the 3 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups, bottom of deck, Temperance. Yeah, there's a very much a continued, full, in-depth conversation. You possibly have someone here as a mediator for some of you. And again, whether that is a friend or a family member who's not going to take sides, or it could be a therapist or a counselor. So for some of you, you're employing like some type of like a third-party energy to help you reconcile. But yeah, you're going to see that this connection, it looks like you're both focusing, I shouldn't say focusing. You're both discussing what truly makes you happy in a connection. There's definitely a desire here to heal that 3 of Swords that we saw originally. So you're on a good path, and it looks like you have a good trajectory here. Again, I feel like you lost yourself. Maybe they lost themselves also in the connection. This seems to now be a primary focus of my needs are just as important as yours. My emotional contentment and happiness is just as important as yours. And yeah, I think you have someone here saying, you're right. You're right. So I like this for you, for those of you where you are actively working on reconciliation. Now, for those of you where you are closing out a cycle with someone and you are hoping to one day meet this King or Queen of Cups, you're working on actively closing out a situation. For my Libras that are actively closing out a situation, when are they meeting this King or Queen of Cups individual? Again, not every card in tarot's timing, but we'll see what we get. When are they meeting this person? One more shuffle here. Thank you. When are you meeting this person? 7 of Wands. Tell me more about this. I feel like it's not, I know that Wands for me are days, but that's not 7 days. Oh, that's not the energy there. The energy is, this person is energetically blocked until you wrap this up. So I wouldn't expect to meet this person as long as you have a connection here open with someone. This seems to be like a need to have a clean break from the person that you're currently leaving or disengaging from. Can I get timing though when they do close it out? When do they meet this King or Queen of Cups? This is very much like the new person is blocked. The new Ace of Wands is blocked. Okay, fair enough. When do they meet this person, though? How soon do they meet this person after they close out this connection? One more shuffle here. Thank you. King of Wands again by Leo season, which is also card number 14, because it's the 14th card out of the Wand deck, and the King of Cups is the 14th card. So I would look to that 14th day of the month in Leo season. Nine of Pentacles, because you're working right now to become free, single, independent of that other entity. So by Leo season, if you close out this other cycle, you have this other individual here that comes in. Okay, very nice. They are just sort of on spiritual hold for you until you wrap this up. For my Libras that are completely single, there's no one that they need to walk away from. They've done that already. They have been focused on their healing. They have been focused on re-stabilizing themselves, focused on their money. I heard pride. Some of you have a lot of pride for how far you've come through, leaving that other person. For my Libras who are completely single, when will they be meeting this King or Queen of Cups? Completely single, working on stability, not re-engaging with a past person, not waiting for a past person. When are they meeting this King of Cups? One more shuffle. Thank you. Queen of Wands, same thing. Leo season. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Wow. Knight of Cups, Two of Cups. If you're a single Leo, if you are a single Libra, I would say to just keep focused on yourself, healing yourself, building yourself up, building your own personal wealth. Focus more on house and home and you, and taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself. And just know that you have a strong soulmate coming in Leo season. You do not need to approach this person, whether you're masculine or feminine. They will be approaching you. They're coming to you to share their cup of love. They're asking you out on a date, or they're expressing a desire to get to know you better. This person is very bold, very bold. They could be a fire sign who just can love very deeply, which is possible. We all have all four elements in our birth chart, or at least most of us do. So yeah, this is someone who will be coming to you, asking you out on a date, wanting to get to know you, offering their cup of love to you. All you need to do is receive. And the best place for you to receive from is when you know your worth. So focus on that Nine of Pentacles. That is like pre-Empress energy, or even pre-Emperor energy, if you will. Yeah, I like this for you a lot. Let's get you some closing messages. Nice reading for you. I think this radical acceptance on your part is key. I want to love deeply, but I want it to be with the right person, or the right type of friend, or something like that. Definitely not rushing headfirst into any connection moving forward. I just noticed that the heart here on the card is on fire as well. So yeah, I think for a lot of you, Leo season this year will be interesting. Passionate and interesting. 3 cards of advice here for Libra. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Magician, and we have the 10 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. I don't know what it is here that you're currently working on. Maybe your money, other manifestation. It looks like you're interested in something new. Could be travel. Like I said, saving money. Some of you, you're thinking of opening up your own business. Whatever you're working on, it won't be 100% easy, right? The 10 of Wands is you really got to put your elbow into it, or you got to put your shoulder into it. It's hard work, but if you can continue to persist, which I have no doubt that you will here, because whatever this is here that you're currently working on or interested in, you're excited about it. You're passionate about it. You want to take action on it. It's some type of manifestation you have. I feel like Source is just telling you, you're going to have some good days with whatever this is that you're working on, and you're going to have some hard days. Don't let the hard days win, is basically your message here, because you will achieve the goal that you want. You have the Knight of Wands, you have the 9 of Wands, which is like the don't give up card. And then I like this King of Pentacles here. I think for a lot of you, you're working on your finances right now, and I think your hard work will pay off, if that's your message. That is what I have for you, Libra. That is your super full moon in Cancer message. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, Please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.